Here's an article from the New York Times from February 18th, 2021, titled, "Don't Go Down the Rabbit Hole. Critical thinking as we're taught to do it isn't helping in the fight against misinformation."
I do think media literacy is at an all-time low.
This is the New York Times in 2021 telling people not to think critically.
Yeah.
Okay.
You might be confused by the
cult.
conclusions you come to, right?
And look at the date on this. February of 2021. What was happening in February of 2021? It was lockdowns. Was it not vaccines?
It was vaccines. It was J6. It was the election was stolen narrative. And they were desperate to make sure, strangely, that a lab leak, which they've now basically admitted.
Yep.
And it wasn't until, I think, was like a year or two ago, they debunked Very Fine People. You had all of these hoaxes that they laid out. And the New York Times says, don't think critically. So I'll just say this to the Democrats. When you... That's your vibe, the New York Times. Don't think critically. We kind of knew that. Yeah. But let's jump to this next story. We've got this one from the Post Millennial. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for a summer of love because J.B. Pritzker is calling for a mass uprising against Trump.
In the times upon which history turns. Never before in my life have I called for mass protests, for mobilization, for disruption. But I am now. These Republicans cannot know a moment of peace. They have to understand that we will fight their cruelty with every megaphone and microphone that we have. We must castigate them on the soapbox and then punish them at the ballot box.
So I just want to real quick point out, that is the governor of Illinois. Illinois. How did I do that? I'm from there. Just gave he gave carte blanche to the far left extremists to go and riot.
They must feel in their bones that when we survive this shameful episode of American history with our democracy intact, because we have no alternative but to do just that, that we will relegate their portraits to the museum halls reserved for tyrants and traitors.
Now, why is this scumbag doing it? Because he wants to run in 2028. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
It's just, there's no leadership. There's no plan. There's no solutions.
I don't know how someone as a leader can tell people that you should go be violent. How can you do that and have any integrity at all?
Well, to be fair, he straddled the line, calling for an uprising and saying Republicans shouldn't know a moment of peace, but then said we'll fight them with megaphones and microphones. And that's how you veil it. He did say protests, but consider what the left does with their protests. I think he would need to explicitly say peaceful. And you know, Scott Pressler does. And the media says, why are you saying that? Is it because the right is violent? And he goes, no, it's because you will lie and say I called for violence. So I always say peaceful. I think they should do it as well. But once again, this is just a wealthy billionaire scumbag who wants to run for office. And so he's demagoguing. You know, they're doing exactly what they accuse Trump of doing, but they do it themselves. They violate the Constitution. They call for violence and mass uprisings, and they do it because they want power.
Mm. His brother, I think it's worth mentioning, is Jennifer Pritzker, which is
his brother?
Yeah, it's the first openly transgender billionaire. Oh. Just something to consider about the Pritzkers, that they are deep-pocketed progressives who donate heavily to same-sex issue causes and gender issues. I was trying to read the specifics in this article. There's a very long article about their philanthropy.
Is that a twin brother?
There's no such thing as transgender.
Well, that's why I said brother. I didn't want anybody. No. I got it confused. No, it's the cousin. It's the cousin.
Oh.
And,
well, I mean, I find that semantically silly. There is a thing as transgender.
I disagree.
Well, it describes what a person does when they start dressing like a woman.
It's a person who believes they're the opposite gender.
Like this person is a real person, and they're engaged in a behavior that we describe as being transgender or gender dysphoric. You can tell them that they're wrong and they're men, but
mental illness.
It's a DSM-5 mental disorder.
Yes, disorder, my bad.
Mental disorder.
But it's such an interesting coalition that the Democrats are managing to assemble, because while you have Bernie Sanders and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez running around the country saying, fight the oligarchy, you still have many Democrat billionaires at the top of their party telling people to what was that quote again from him? I don't want to get sued by any of these rich people.
Which
Do
one?
something
A
dumb.
moment of
Republicans will know no moment of peace.
Yeah, these people will sue you. So that's...
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.